So I'm bringing you guys a 110 horsepower drag quad. This is going to be the fastest thing I've ever built, and I keep saying that every time I build something, but this truly is going to be fast. I mean, it should put us in the sixes effortlessly because of the CVT. Don't have to worry about shifting gears, and this thing will stay in the power band the whole time down the drag strip, hopefully. I'm building my frame out of chromoly, the stuff they use in roll cages. So this is gonna be, it's gonna be insane, guys. I can't wait to show you guys how it's gonna turn out. But I asked the people on my Instagram what they wanted to see me build, and a lot of people said another drag build. So for those of you that are new to the channel, I actually built a drag mini bike, and a lot of you actually liked it. So this will be my shot at redemption to go faster. So guys, I am super excited. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So here's a crude mock-up of how I'm gonna set the quad up. So I wanna make sure to build this thing around the CVT. So I have the two frame rails right here. These are gonna get bent right there. And then we'll have two going up top and joining right there. And this is something I don't wanna mess up on because this stuff it costs a lot of money. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so I'm mocking up the upper frame rails now, and this is just some cheap tubing that I can use for mock-up. So I think I'm gonna add one more bend like right there, and I think it'll look awesome. Alright guys, so I bent out this tube right here out of some cheap tubing, and just to see how it looks. And I actually am a really big fan of how that looks. A lot of the drag quads, I looked at pictures on the internet, they're like pointy in the front. They have a pretty long wheelbase, so that's kind of what I'm going for. So I welded this bar in, and as you can see, the welds on it aren't the best. So I've been practicing here, trying to get my chromoly welding down. And I think I'm actually getting somewhere, guys. Check that out. So it turns out that I was using the wrong cup. You need one with the gas lens, and you need a pretty big cup. So yeah, I'm trying to get this chromoly welding figured out before I can weld this thing together. You can actually MIG weld chromoly. It's not required that you TIG it, but I think I just want to go the extra mile and just TIG weld everything. So I'm gonna actually be mounting the engine on the rubber bushings because I was told that, you know, at this power level it's just gonna start shearing things if you mount it solid, and it's gonna be just too much vibration. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bend out some chromoly bars like this to my desired shape, tack them in. Alright guys, so I've tacked these upper tubes in, and this has got to be some of the most precision work I've ever done. I mean, all these notches have to be spot on, no gaps to get a good weld. So what I'm going to do now is weld this jack shaft on. This is actually an aluminum shaft, and what this is going to do, it's going to determine the position of the CVT, and then we can determine the position of the engine after we get this figured out. So this thing isn't even finished and it's already looking fast. So check this out guys, I got the jack shaft mounted. Now one of the most critical things on this build is going to be getting the CVT right. So according to the owner's manual, the distance between this point to this point has to be exactly 12 inches. So I'm going to triple check my measurements before I weld the engine on, just to make sure that it's right. So in the meantime, I'm probably going to start triangulating this thing a little bit and start making it legit. So I got my triple engine mounted solid, and I got the CVT alignment spot on. I can't be any happier with how this thing is turning out. So I know this thing looks bare right now, but I'm actually going to wait till I get all my parts in to figure out where everything is going. One of the things that I have to be careful on is making this frame too stiff, because if you watch a lot of dragsters taking off, you'll see that the frame is flexing right there at the very start. So since these things have absolutely no suspension, you want to have a little bit of frame flex. So I'm going to hold off until part 2 to get that figured out and just mount our steering and make this thing a complete roller. So with that being said guys, if you want to support your boy going fast, check out the merch. Have a few different designs available, and I also do have a Patreon, and you can also join my YouTube channel for $3 to $4 a month. It would actually help out a lot. So if you guys want to check that out, I have the links in the description. But with that being said guys, To catch you in the next one, stay tuned. Peace and God bless. Dude, it's just